Hello, guys, and welcome back to MBA Leaks. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most common questions asked by MBA students. What is the best job post MBA? Now, there are several factors we need to consider to answer this properly. But if you're someone looking for a job with great work life balance, solid compensation, and a fast track path to leadership roles, then yes, this video is for you. We're talking about general management roles, especially those offering leadership development programs. Why are these roles so sought after? Because they offer CXO track exposure, cross functional rotations across business verticals and group companies, and most importantly, strong job security. And of course, the compensation is excellent too. According to the Unstopped Talent Report, the top three most desirable companies in this space are Tata Administrative Services, Reliance Industries Limited, and Aditya Birla Group. In this video, we'll break down each of these companies, what roles they offer, the structure of their leadership programs, eligibility, campuses they visit, and their complete placement process, along with tips. We'll also look at whether they hire through case competitions. And finally, we'll compare the CTC and summer stipend of all three. So, let's start with TAS first. They offer the role of task manager, and you have three business assignments across different group companies or functions. Plus, there is one community stint that you have to do in the first year on probation. These stints can be across strategy, trading, sales and marketing, operations, and supply chain across the different companies. You can get into TAS through three routes. One is campus placements, the second is in house applications, which is for Tata employees, and finally, the Tata Imagination Challenge. First, let's take a look at the campus placements. You can pause the screen to take a look at which all campuses they visit for hiring. Now, if you do research on the internet about getting placed at TAS, you will find a lot of conflicting information about TAS eligibility. So, let me clear that out. A candidate should not have more than 6 years of experience post their undergraduate degree to be eligible for TAS. Also, you need to have 60% or above in both your undergraduate and postgraduate programs. And another very obvious one is that you should have no pending backlogs before joining the TAS batch. The selection process is a student profile based shortlist. Then there is a gamified assessment, which takes about 1 hour to 1.5 hours. And then after that, there is the chairman GD. Now, what is chairman GD? When you appear for a group discussion for TAS, you will typically be in a group with 7 to 8 people. Each participant gets a chance to act as the chairman of their particular GD. Suppose in the first round, I will be the chairman. I will facilitate the GD. I have to listen to the points of the other participants, direct the discussion, and ensure that everyone feels included. Then in the next round, someone else becomes the chairman and I become a participant. Everyone gets evaluated on each round, both as participant and chairman. The most important traits that are evaluated are clarity in thought, inclusive leadership, direction setting, time management, and ability to drive consensus. After GD, we have direct personal interviews if you are talking about summer internship. But if you are appearing for the final placements on campus, then after clearing chairman GD, you will also have to do your summer internship presentation, an extra step where you have to tell them about your key deliverables in your summer internship. How did you go about it? What was the result that you delivered? And what was the impact that you created in the firm? And then after that, there will be a personal interview. Now, if we talk about case competitions, the first one through which you can get into TAS is Invictus. This is an opportunity that is open to first year students of selected B schools across India. And interestingly, it takes place even before you formally join your MBA program. Registrations usually happen around mid May, followed by a management simulation game and then a leadership interaction round. You can check the list of eligible campuses for TAS Invictus to see if your college is included. The next one is the Tata Imagination Challenge, which is probably one of the biggest case competitions in India. The registrations for this challenge typically close around mid September, followed by a gamified assessment and then the Imagine That pitch. In this pitch round, you need to present an idea that can truly make a difference. The submission must be in a video format, and the video should be no longer than 2 minutes. While preparing your Imagine That pitch, there are three key elements you should focus on. First, what is your idea and why is it needed? Second, how is your idea going to bring about change? And third, who will your idea impact? You must clearly articulate the potential impact and who stands to benefit from it. And do all of this within a tight 2-minute window. After this stage, the top 50 students with the most promising ideas are selected as finalists. Out of these, 13 students are declared national winners and all of them receive a PPI opportunity from TAS. In addition, 5 more students are granted wildcard PPIs. Among the remaining 32 finalists, a few may also receive PPIs based on the quality of their final presentation. Now let's talk about Aditya Birla Group. Aditya Birla Group runs a leadership program where they offer the role of leadership associate. There are 3 cohorts under the ABGLP umbrella: the Human Resource Leadership Program (HRLP), the Leadership Associate Program (LEAP), and the Finance Leadership Program (FLP). The FLP is specifically designed for chartered accountants, so we won't be covering that in this video. A quick overview of the ABGLP structure: it is a 12-month training program in which selected candidates go through 3 stints of 4 months each across different Aditya Birla Group businesses, followed by a mandatory CSR stint. There are 2 entry routes into the ABGLP, one through campus placements and the other through case competitions, which we will discuss shortly. The eligibility criteria for ABGLP includes having less than 3 years of pre-MBA work experience to apply for this program. First, let's talk about the LEAP program, which is the Leadership Associate Program. These are the campuses from which they hired LEAP associates back in 2024. You can check the list. You can also see how many students they took from which campus and what are their graduation streams, so that you guys can get a good idea of what is the composition of ABGLP LEAP cohort. The selection process for ABGLP is pretty standard. There is a student profile based shortlist. Then after that, an online assessment, and finally a group discussion, which is case based, and a personal interview. Aditya Birla Group offers 2 flagship case competitions as entry routes into their leadership programs: Stratos, which is meant for the Leadership Associate Program, and Headstart, designed for the Human Resource Leadership Program. Both competitions follow a similar structure and timeline. For Stratos, the registrations typically open in early August, followed by a business simulation round and an executive summary submission. The top teams then compete in the national finals, where the winners, first runner up, and second runner up are awarded PPI opportunities from Aditya Birla Group. The list of eligible campuses for Stratos is broader than the regular placement pool, and you can check that on screen. Now, coming to the Human Resource Leadership Program, this program primarily recruits from 4 key campuses. You can also refer to the graduation background data of past cohorts to better understand the composition. The case competition, Headstart, follows a similar process. Early August registration, followed by a simulation round, executive summary, and finally, national finals, where the top 3 teams are offered PPI opportunities. The eligible campuses for Headstart are shown on screen. Feel free to pause and take a look. Now, let's talk about Reliance Industries Limited and their flagship leadership program, the Reliance Emerging Leaders Program, RELP. Under this program, selected candidates undergo 2 stints in their first year, spanning across different verticals, after which they are absorbed into full-time roles. These stints can be in finance, human resources, operations, or general management. Reliance hires through both summer and final placements, and they also organize a pan-India case competition. More on that in a bit. To be eligible for RELP, candidates must have less than 3 years of pre-MBA work experience and a minimum of 60% marks throughout their academics. You can refer to the screen for the list of campuses they typically visit for hiring RELP candidates. Please note that this list is not exhaustive. They may visit other campuses as well. If you want to know about a specific campus, feel free to drop a comment below. The selection process is fairly standard. It begins with a shortlist based on your student profile, followed by an online assessment, which is relatively long and can take around 2.5 to 3 hours. After that, shortlisted candidates move on to the group discussion and personal interview rounds. Now let's talk about the case competition. Reliance organizes TUP, the ultimate pitch, one of the most inclusive case competitions as it is open to all campuses across India. Semi-finalists of this competition get PPI opportunities for RELP, and there's also a prize pool of 10 lakh rupees for the national winners. Now let's talk about the most important slide, CTC comparison. Let's first talk about final placements. For TAS, the CTC is about 28.5 lakh rupees per annum. ABGLP is around 26.5 lakh rupees per annum. And Reliance pays 24 lakh rupees per annum. The fixed component is same for TAS and ABGLP, 22.5 lakh rupees per annum, while Reliance pays 17.5 lakh rupees per annum fixed. The variable pay for TAS is around 4 lakh per annum. ABGLP pays variable up to 4 lakh per annum. Reliance has variable pay of 2.5 lakh per annum. There are also a lot of benefits added to these companies, like discounted goods from company products, group company perks, etc. For summers, TAS pays 1 lakh 75,000 rupees per month. ABGLP and Reliance both pay 1.5 lakh rupees per month. And that brings us to the end of this video. We've covered everything you need to know about the top general management roles, TAS, ABGLP, and Reliance, including their structure, eligibility, campuses, case competitions, and CTC comparison. If you are aiming for a high impact leadership role, post MBA with strong long term growth, these programs should definitely be on your radar. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to MBA Leaks. You can also follow us on LinkedIn and Telegram, where we regularly share resources to help ease your B School journey. Check the link in the description. Drop a comment below if you have any questions about eligibility, specific campuses, or if you'd like us to cover other companies as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.